Hello and good evening and good week to you all here for this Thursday, April 27th, 2023. We're here to talk about week 8 of Big Brother Canada 11 and the double eviction that we had here tonight in episode 23, but also episode 22 and 21. We're catching up on all three here on the channel here. Super Mater Brothers Podcast. You streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. We might be listening to us on the audio version. I'm Dave Mater, joined with Jaemeel Robinson. Jaemeel, how are you tonight?
I'm okay. They're really making it a very easy job of making me cheer for one particular person and just absolutely loathe everyone else in this game.
Yes. Excuse me. Sorry, I was distracted there. But Jaemeel, did you hear about the Leafs? The Toronto Maple Leafs lost the game. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, I did hear. It actually just came. The notice just came up for me just minutes before the show started.
They were up there. They were up 3-1. They had a chance to win the series tonight, and they lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now it is 3-2, going back to Tampa. I don't know
what's going to happen.
Who's to say?
This is their team.
We've never seen.
This is their year. Did you not hear, Dave?
I hear things. I hear things from Leafs Nation, and I just try to keep up with it. So, but I digress. Here, Big Brother Canada 11, which I'm sure was taking some of the sports. If you were watching Big Brother Canada tonight, you were probably not watching the Leaf game, and vice versa. In all likelihood, although some people might have caught up on.
They got picture now.
Yeah, picture. We will be getting to full spoilers here, of course. So if you don't want to know, don't keep going. But we're assuming you've seen everything here. Okay, Jaemeel, we see, of course, Kuzi goes out here on this eviction this week, and as does
Shania.
I was trying to remember who. I was like, who did it end up going on here? But I think how can you really not talk about this week if not talking about Ty and how Ty's been on this veto win streak here. He's here for ball game. He is here for all these things. I know I can't stand him either, but I just want to see.
Honestly, look, my thought process is, unless Claudia or Ty wins, the season doesn't make sense from a emotional narrative point of view, because honestly, I don't feel anyone else deserves it. That's just how I feel, right? Even Ty, who I don't like no.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, the final three should have been Ty, Claudia, and Kuzi, because they seem to be the most, bringing spice and flavor to this game. At least Renee has won something, Anika. At least Renee has done something. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how do you feel now that because after what are we down to now tonight? The final 6?
Let's see. You had four. Is it final 5?
That's what I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah.
So it's Anika, Daniel, Renee, Claudia, and Ty. Final 5.
Final 5. Okay. Yeah. So how do you feel about this final 5? Ty, Renee, Daniel, and Daniel C. Don't forget about Daniel S. He was back here tonight in the jury segment. There's Claudia, CC as she's sometimes called, and Anika. Interesting. Final 5. I think Ty is maybe the more interesting one for me because he's such a rogue player, and I think he's kind of maybe redefining what an individual game could look like.
It's like social game. What is that? Who needs that?
It's like it sucks, but he is dominating, and I think you saw Kuzi's going to advocate for him in the jury, although I think she acted a little bit foolish in a lot of times in this episode, and maybe she's lost some credibility. But we'll see how that if that is or isn't. But I think she said she would vote for Ty, and I think Ty is kind of one of these interesting dark horses. I think for the jury, if he wins in the end, who would have thought?
I don't know why. as much as I don't like Ty, if Ty's sitting beside Anika, how can I rationalize that Anika had a better game than Ty?
Right.
I can't equate that. Daniel, same thing, right? Renee can at least say if Renee got Claudia out too, and it was Renee and Ty, I could rationalize that, right?
Right.
But I can understand why she kind of feels that way, because if she doesn't necessarily respect Daniel's game, right? Which I was fine with Daniel's game when it seemed like he had an end game that made sense. And as of right now, it doesn't to me.
Yeah. Like, okay, well, Nika and Daniel, I think, are like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do here, because I think Kuzi, I don't think that like Kuzi was the only brains in that trio, but I think that she was definitely more of the front person, and dealt with in some, it was more like the vocal leader, and I don't think to the point where Kuzi was like tonight was like, you were a follower, Daniel, you were just a follower, and I was the queen, and you are a mere subject.
I think that was a little bit of posturing too, because her plan to try to convince people to keep her only relies on Daniel being angry at her. Because Anika would just cry.
That was just a plan.
I'm saying it's a double-sworded type of situation where she's obviously angry that she's been bested, but at the same time, if she's gonna stay, if she's in a mindset where it's like, it's okay, Daniel, we're good. Why would you, if you're Renee, Shania, or Claudia, want to keep Kuzi? You wouldn't. You need to have some sort of friction between them where you she could possibly straight up come after him, and he's not going to want to work with her.
Right.
Like, that needs to be there in the air. And plus, she was angry.
She was angry. Okay, yeah, I thought that Kuzi, she really went out here in flames. I thought, in this in this eviction tonight, not really the best look. I thought she was kind of, I thought she lost some of my respect for her in some ways. I thought, in terms of how what she acted like, but it's not like,
okay, Dave. What should she have done?
I don't know, but she her stuff with Renee was just a little bit too much, I thought. And I thought her pitches to all the girly pops, she knows, do you not know they're going to talk to each other, Kuzi? Do you not know that this is all going to blow up in your face?
I must have misheard it, but I'm pretty did Renee not say it out of order in terms of Kuzi's hit list?
Yeah, but she told Claudia and Shania she would go after Renee, right?
Yeah.
And then she told Renee, no, you're good, and I will never come after you. And then there was all kinds of weird
my understanding was that she told all of them that she was going after Daniel and Anika first, right? And then Renee after that. But then Shania said that she's coming after you, Renee, first, and then going after Daniel and Nika. And I was confused, and plus I was running out of time, but I couldn't go back and rewind to be sure. Chat, let me know. Jody, I see that you're in the chat. You could let me know from your personal experience of watching this episode of what happened.
Golf Leafs. He's just here to troll the Leafs.
He heard you. He sneezed and he's like, Dave's talking about the Leafs.
Yeah, let's have a look here. I want to know about this jury segment tonight too. How are you feeling in this jury's status?
Yuck. Okay, Dave. I'm trying to. I feel like I've been pretty healed this entire season with people. I don't think I've been unfair to people. People might think that I've been unfair to Zach. Sure, whatever. But I don't think. I think I give, for the most part, everyone the benefit of the doubt. Right.
Right.
These segments are just utter trash. It's boring.
They're
right?
making veggies. Come on, HelloFresh.
Like HelloFresh outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy special box.
It felt a little. It felt a little
reaction shot.
sanitized. I
Reaction
agree.
shot. Oh.
Yeah. And then like I guess like Hope coming in here, and then let's talk. Then after that we got the whole thing here with actually
Kuzi and Anika and
Kuzi and Anika.
Did you like the speeches?
No.
The speeches were boring too.
I thought they were both boring. I thought at least Kuzi's was like bitter and kind of a little bit fun in some ways I wouldn't go so far.
You didn't buy the apology to Renee?
She's like, I'm sorry for what I've said. Yeah, like, hold on, can we hear it?
Landed me in this position today. I thought at this stage of the game, a strong player is viewed in high regard, but I guess not. So going forward, guys, choose yourselves. Don't be a victim of your own choices. The people that you see as your enemies might be better for you than the people that you think are your friends. Hurricane Renee, give them hell. Thank you, guys. I wish you the best of luck. And I'm sorry again for that comment. And I love you and I wish you so well.
She's right, though. She's right. She is a victim of her own choices. She is. Right. She should have teamed up with Renee. And the fact that her pitch originally to Renee was, I'll show you mercy. Sorry, no mercy to you, Kuzi. That's how it goes, right? And
no mercy.
She didn't realize exactly how low on the totem pole she was, right? And the fact of the matter is, Daniel specifically put in work earlier on and then just kind of sat back and did nothing. I don't think Daniel was necessarily loyal to the crown per se. Dave, you gotta stop showing the show unless we get
right. Once it made it that big, then it was like, oh, yeah.
I don't know what a strike.
I don't want a strike either. I was kind of like, will it get a strike or not?
You want to test it?
People walking in and out of a diary room for votes.
Who knows what they strike for? But what I mean is, I felt like Daniel and Nika's strategy was they get behind Kuzi, all right, and they get further to the end, and then they cut her throat, right? And then they're able to set up their end game with the remaining pieces. Kuzi is gone, but do I feel like they're in a better position with Kuzi in the house versus gone? No. Outside of them being taken as goats, I don't see them in a good position.
Well, okay, here just to back up a second, I just want to talk about Kuzi for a second.
Okay.
If we can. And I feel like Kuzi might still be here in this game if she hadn't gone for the $1,000 in the veto. Like, if you're familiar, Jaemeel, there was like a thing that slowed you down on this time trial. She only lost it by 2 or 3 minutes in terms of the veto, right? And so she definitely probably went through that bag for about 2 minutes, looking for the $1,000, which she got. She was the only one who did it of everyone who competed in the veto. And then everyone was like, well, now Ty won the veto. And Ty only won the veto by 6 seconds over Daniel C.
Over Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay. Does she always have to win, though?
I think she's always going to go for money.
But Daniel has won money.
Daniel didn't go for that $1,000, though. He didn't care.
No, he won money before, I think, in the bank robbery thing.
Right. So he's not as hungry for it, perhaps. But
all I'm saying is Kuzi has been like the anchor for that team for so long, and the only one who's actually produced power for them, right? Daniel had a second of power, and he used it to save Ty. Great job, by the way. Thank you. That's really worked out for everyone in the grand scheme of things, right? And the moment that like people like get told that, they're like, wait, Ty's only still in this game because of you? Thanks a lot. If you're Santina, wouldn't you be angry?
Santina's not, yes, but like if I was Santina, but Santina's not me. Like I think that's kind of
well, that's true, Dave. There. You are Dave and Santina's Santina, and we like you, Dave.
And I think that if I was in Santina's situation, yes, but I don't think that's how Santina will be.
You don't think she'll be mad at Daniel?
No, I don't think she's gonna. Not unless someone like if you were there to explain it to her, then maybe.
Kuzi's
But-
gonna be there to explain it to her.
Yeah, so if Kuzi gets it there and explains it to her, then maybe. But not at the moment. I don't think Santina's gonna get there on her own. That's my sort of assessment of her.
I just okay. But what you're saying is Kuzi is a victim of her own demise. And I agree with that 100%.
Yes.
If Kuzi did not do that, she would have gotten the veto, right? She would have been safe. Ty would have been going home, right?
Yeah, right.
But I still think she would have been eliminated this round.
Maybe so, but the game would look very different now. Now, I think Ty is like this great villain of the season, and the fact that he's just winning outright, and he's like, he's it's something different, ball game and all this aside, and he's clutch and he's whatever, all this stuff he tells us.
Claudia's our hero of this story, though.
Yes, tragic hero of tonight, who had to put her own friend on the block out of her hands were tied.
Why didn't she put up Renee?
Well, it was between her and Renee, and I think I don't know. She could have put Renee up,
and that was the question I had.
That's because I think because when Ty played the veto, he said, "I want you to, I'm going to you have to put up Shania, and we're going to vote Shania." If she had defied him and put up Renee, because he says, "I want to go to the final three with you, me, and Renee." Ty, Renee, and Claudia
yeah, because Chance
so
Shanae would be like, no, we can't take Ty. Well, Renee, you don't know if she's gonna go. Yeah, we could beat Ty, and you're like, Renee, no, don't do it.
Yeah, well, if she had defied Ty or she'd gone against Ty, then I think she's just thinking about what's going to happen after this double eviction's over. And there's only 5 people left, and does she want to rather
chances are Ty's going to win head of household.
Yeah, just better to maybe stay on his good side here, because whether you put up Renee or you put up Shania, you don't really know what's going to happen next. So
Shania at least could win a win a competition. I would trust more easily.
Yeah. It was did you think it warranted as much crying as we got here when
at the end?
Yeah.
I love the fact that Kuzi doesn't necessarily cry that much. So it's just Anika just bawling. And you're like, okay. But also for Shania's, I can understand that because they're pretty emotional, and the girly pops have been a trio for a long time. Claudia, you should have put Ty up. You should have put Ty up. It made no difference. All right? Put Ty and Daniel up, because Anika's not winning that challenge. And then if any of them win veto and take themselves off, you can at least put Anika up. You should not have put up Ty. You should not have put up Daniel and Anika.
She should have Ty. She should have put up Ty anyway. Yeah, already.
Yeah, Ty and Daniel.
Yeah, that was the mistake. That's the mistake of Claudia's HOH here, is that she puts the wrong people up, because Ty's likely to win the veto anyway, so he's better to be an initial nominee.
Correct.
Right?
Screen door.
Especially at this particular point, you're at the final 6.
Yeah. If he doesn't win veto, chances are the noms will stay the same.
Right.
Because the only people, if you put Daniel and Ty up, right? You're trusting that Anika is not winning the challenge, which is a safe bet, right? And the rest of the people who would mess up your plans or put themselves in danger would be if one of the girly pops won, right? And they would keep the noms the same, because then Ty would be out, right? So it makes no sense why you would put Anika and Daniel up. Made no sense.
Yeah, well, it wasn't well thought. So I think that you got a great point there. That then Ty his decisions here and what he chooses to do next. We got the Wendy's. You know, like he chose here to force Claudia into this position. I don't know how she's gonna feel about it afterwards.
You don't feel terrible.
Yeah, like her alliance here, she saved herself tonight by winning this HOH. And what did you? Oh God, we didn't even talk about the whole like mannequin people. The people who
It wasn't mannequin. You know who we got to see again? We got to see Betty.
Betty, well,
Sarah.
BB, they were Big Brother royalty according to Daniel C.
So Betty, we got to see Sarah from Big Brother 3, right? We got to see Adam, right?
Them kind of boring. You know, like well, how much? What did Moose say in his video or whatever? I guess it's kind
I'm
of fun.
a villain, something
I guess
villain.
it's kind of fun to bring in these alumni and tell them they can't talk to the other house guests. They just have to be frozen, like in tableau form. And so I guess that's fun. But you know, I'm always like, I guess it's as good of anything because it levels the playing field, right? For everybody can win this kind of competition.
I thought they were gonna do it like a physical comp and then a question and answer something for the veto, because it's been that type of thing as of late. They should have flipped it, right? Tie winning HOH would have put the girly pop straight in the crossfire, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. Sorry.
Yeah. You didn't like this episode.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not. I think it could, you know, I'm disappointed that Shania went here. I think ultimately how this played out, although I think it was kind of a good television episode. So I'm kind of conflicted about the whole thing.
Once Kuzi was gone, my final two, I want it to be Ty or Claudia. So,
what if it is Ty and Claudia as the final two?
I think that would be the best ending for the show right now.
The showmance that like ended.
Yeah, because everyone else I don't respect that much in terms of their gameplay from beginning, middle, and end. Sure, Ty has issues that I don't agree with at all, but at the same time, I could at least feel like there was always forward momentum in terms of like I'm trying to win.
This guy who was with Zach and nearly walked out of this game.
Yes.
Could come back here and win this whole season.
Yep.
Isn't that
that's sad? Yes. And that just tells you how unimpressive Anika, Renee, and Daniel have been.
Yeah, like they've come so close. Daniel's come so close, but he never quite wins. You know?
Daniel has not been on the block yet, though. Sorry, outside of the last two times.
He was tonight, right?
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah. I got this calf pain issue.
Okay.
I'm dealing with some wraps over here. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was dealing with some.
I just know if you're scratching and you're just like.
Yeah, I had like this circulation issue, so I was like, I gotta relieve this. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. I was worried about your well-being.
Thank you. Yeah, like what I guess I liked it fine, you know, as a double eviction went, but there's, you know, I think I'm curious to see. I guess because I still see Ty as this like great villain, so I don't want to see him succeed. So,
but you also want to see him fail, though. But whose hand do you want to see him fail at, though?
Well,
I think it would be poetic if Claudia trounces him.
I want it to be Claudia's. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only person left I want that to happen. That's the only storyline I'm invested in.
If it's Anika, it's who cares, right?
I would feel bad for Ty, which is not the outcome I want.
Daniel would be kind of interesting because Daniel's had a more of a relationship with Ty, and
it's like I saved you, and now I end you.
Could be like that's something.
Renee
and Ty, less so, but like they've had their moments. But like Anika and Ty, have they ever even had a conversation? I can't even remember. them
Remember
talking.
the beginning of the season, he took her under his wing
He
at
did?
the very, very beginning and
No,
helped
I
her
don't
out.
remember. No.
It's very, very beginning. What was the?
What did he
I'm
help
trying
her
to
do?
remember the context of it.
Well, there you go. Well, hey,
Yeah.
Jaemeel, let's we're down to the final five. I think we should check in and look at like how we drafted these players and what we've been
Lord.
left with. What were the surprises maybe so far here? So I'm just going to bring this in here. Sorry, what am I looking for? I'm going here.
Okay. What was let's see Claudia, which
Okay, well, Ty was the first overall pick by Foster, and he is still in the game. Of course, Daniel was second overall pick. He's still in the game.
yeah.
Shania was still in this game until tonight. But now we gotta cross Shania off. There's Shania. Shania's the sixth juror.
Well, look at that. It's just like going up, 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 up. If this remains the same, does that mean that Daniel's next in terms of our sinking ship?
He might be. Yeah, you're right, because it like the first juror, well, fourth juror, and then second juror, fifth juror. So yeah, like you're seeing here that a little bit of that, like Amal is in the mix here at number 8. We all left on day 4. But there was Claudia was 9th overall.
Wait.
And
Renee's still in the game. Number 10.
Oh, you're right. I gave Renee to Shania there. Sorry. Okay, so Renee's still here.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
I'm getting confused, I guess. Hold on.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Amanda still has both her people.
Amanda still has both Daniel and Anika.
But Amanda, I don't feel you're gonna win. I just don't.
No.
I don't.
Which one of those two has the better chance?
Daniel. Like, wait, chance of winning or make it to the end?
Either.
Daniel winning, Anika make it to the end.
As a goat?
Yeah, I would. What was it? I made a post on Reddit. I said that I believe I can walk into the house now and have a better chance of winning the game than Anika does.
Yeah. Well, why do you think she has such a bad chance of winning?
Because she has nothing that she's responsible for. Nothing.
She's done nothing. She has nothing.
I can't think of a single game move that she's responsible for.
I guess that's true. So,
whereas I can at least see tie Daniel to, making an alliance with portions of the girly pops for Anika and himself. His POV usage to keep Ty so that there's a huge target in the house. Like, I could at least attribute stuff to Daniel, right? The chain of safety that he takes credit for, which is just so dumb, right? That whole thing, that whole argument is absurd.
Safety. Yeah, it was like way overselling that.
Yeah. But what could I give Anika?
Anika's been pulling things behind. She'd have to really tell a great story about how she was doing things, and Kuzi would have to back it up. And Kuzi's not going to do that now.
She's not going to.
Kuzi called her enemy in this episode. So,
I know, even Jonathan. I don't know how Jonathan could be crowned strong when it's Daniel and Anika, and it's like, how am I going to convince everyone else about their games and how well they played? And it's like, Anika played a better game than Claudia. How? Impossible.
I think Claudia's maybe got the best chance of winning next. I don't know.
She deserves it because she's done everything that she's needed to do. Right? She's had the full Big Brother experience. Win the showmans, broke up in the showmans, won HOH, won vetoes. Been down in numbers, been up in numbers. right? And she's
Yeah.
been pretty level, right? Pretty level. Queen Claudia.
Even though she's not crowned. Put it on there.
Like,
Okay.
I can't see. There's no one else to me.
Yeah. Jaemeel, we only have 2 weeks left of this show.
I know.
So
I'm
I
sorry,
guess
folks, about no Tuesday show. I'm sorry.
who I'm sure they were okay. Jaemeel, who's going to go at 5 here? Who's your ultimate? Like, who's your main?
If they're smart, Anika.
Why? You said she has no chance to winning.
You shoot like Anika puts Renee, Daniel, um,
Are you
their
saying
games
that?
in jeopardy.
Are you
You
saying
shoot
that
the hostage.
you shoot
That's
the
the
hostage?
person.
So
That's the person that people want to keep, so that they go to the end. They go to the end and win in a layup.
right. So if you shoot the hostage, there's no chance of them like killing you to take the hostage with them.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
have to go through the hardest possible path, right? Which at least you have a chance and you take a piece of the board. Obviously, if you have an opportunity to get rid of Ty, you take Ty out, right? If you're
Mhm.
Ty, if you have an opportunity to get rid of actually no, if you're Ty, you want Claudia there.
Well, I think so too. I don't know. I don't know if Ty cares. I think Ty's just gonna like, look, I won every competition, and you have to give me the win, the $100,000. And then I hope the whole jury says no, Ty, we're not giving you $100,000.
No.
Just no,
No.
just for you almost walking out. No. Yeah.
That might be the conversation that needs to be had. It's like, can we reward this person, right, who almost walked out of the game, and give them the $1 million? Oh, sorry, the 500, the $100,000
plus like Shark and Ninja products or whatever the hell,
Yes.
and the brick and whatever else is on top.
All the stuff you get from Leon's.
All the stuff you get from Leon's or the brick or whoever's sponsoring this season. You probably get some sponge towels and some Wendy's. But Jaemeel, in 2 weeks we're going to also be at the finale. We're going down to Toronto. We're going to the Rob Has a Podcast event down at the theater there in Toronto, and we are going. We might do some live broadcast streams.
Maybe
we'll see.
Ask some people some live on the street reactions.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But are you excited for this event?
I'm excited to hang out in person with friends and fellow Big Brother hardcores in watching this event. I think it'd be cool.
Yes, as am I. I share in that. I think it's gonna be good times. We're going down. Jeff's gonna come.
Ooh,
and Jane.
Oh,
yeah, and you and I.
Oh, it's gonna be a full Super Mater experience.
It will be. Big Brother Canada Super Maters. We're gonna be doing it, and this is. I'm excited, man. And 2 weeks from now. But we got a few more episodes to get through first.
Yeah, just a couple
more weeks. So next week, I think that the next boot is going to be Daniel.
Which that sounds exciting in Jury House. Daniel and Nika having a conversation there. Gloves are off.
We might get Kuzi and Daniel having a conversation.
Yeah. Or even like Daniel Kuzi and Shania and Santina, right? Now things are getting a little bit more spicy. I'm digging it. I'll be digging it more and more. I'll be like,
like I get it's an interesting, but like I feel like even Anika, who's like probably the least exciting of a potential winner, is at least kind of interesting. It's kind of got a story this season, so I feel pretty good about this season overall in terms of like what story it told. I think that this whole thing with Zach and Ty, I think, is going to take time to really like permeate, and depending on what the result here is for Ty, of course, too. I think is also going to be depending on what the legacy of this season is. But I think it's been an interesting one. It's been entertaining.
Yeah. I will agree. I'll agree. Oh, great.
I kind of sad we lost certain characters like John Michael and some of these other ones.
So, I do wonder what would have happened if John Michael was still here.
I think things would be way more fights. There'd be way more controversy.
Which
So
I like. Fights are good.
That's why they voted him out, I think, back on day 13. Day 55 now. Okay, and so this is going to 69 days total. So we'll be there on day 69.
Yep.
So 14 days from today. That's exciting. Okay, well, I think I don't know what else to say about this week.
Yeah,
like,
I think we're done. We'll wrap it up.
We wrapped it up. We've only been here for 37 minutes, but sometimes we talk an hour and a half about a veto alone. But this one we kind of wrapped up fast. So hey, thanks for being with us tonight. I hope you know that we also do some other podcasts here on the channel, including right now Survivor season 44. Jaemeel, we're down to the final something there as well in Survivor 44. It's been a pretty good season so far. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. Claudia's still in it.
Yeah. What about the Mary Mater Marvel Society, where we talk about Marvel MCU movies and stuff like that, where we Ant-Man, or soon Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I saw some commercials for tonight on the Big Brother.
Start crying?
They were trying to get us to cry. Yes. It was also about being on a couch, Drax, and stuff like that. We'll be talking about that with Davan in the near future. Got to schedule that, figure out what day we're doing that. And what else? We're part of a federation of podcasts. Like Live Long in podcasts, Star Trek podcasts, like Enterprise Rewatch podcast, D Space Nine. We just wrapped up Star Trek Picard coverage. And coming up this Saturday, we're doing the Locutors of Trek Captains Summit. We are going to be tier ranking all of the captains of Starfleet. Whether it be Captain Picard, Captain Kirk, or the more obscure captains you maybe never heard of. We're going to be talking about all of them and saying whether they're
the best. I have to ask, why isn't Captain Killy on that?
No mirror universe. No mirror universe captains were permitted in the making of this. So I think we're bringing on some different panelists for that. I believe. We got of course the Locutors, Davan, and Dave. And
Murphy is trying to see who else they can grab to come.
Murphy, on. Yeah, there's some debate there. And who else? You're gonna come, Jaemeel, if you're free.
I will try to make it. TCAF is this weekend, but I will try my very best. I think this would be officially my first Locutors appearance.
Oh well, mine too, actually. So this
because you've done Debate 9, but I don't think you've done a Locutors.
I've not done a long no one, hardly anybody has, except for like Mr. Scott and a couple of other people. So so that's one of them. So check out Live Long in podcast. Also Trivial Debates, where we talk about movies, TV, sports, and more. We had a wrestling themed episode in the beginning of this month, and it was a lot of fun with Jaemeel and
Jason R. Phillips. His birthday was yesterday, I believe. So happy belated birthday, Jason R.
Belated birthday to Jason R. And of course, Andre Mayette, another one of our Federation podcasters who has a show like called the Graphic Histories Podcast, where he does interviews with people from entertainment, including graphic novels, but also movies and different projects. X-Rated, the X-Men, the Animated Review Show, which is he does with Davan on Tuesdays, going through all of those episodes, rewatching them, rating them, and kind of breaking them all down. There's the Hellbound podcast on Wednesdays with Alex Blackburn and Michael Chan talking about horror and horror-related events. Eamon Mater, my son, talking about Eamon on Track, where he brings in a guest and they talk about an album and review it and see what they all think about it. I think Jameel's getting set to come on the show if he can pick an album to review.
If I could pick an album.
Yeah. Stay tuned. There's Hold Up, a movie podcast every second Wednesday with Davan and Murphy, talking about 3 movies and a theme, 2 from the 20th century, 1 from the 21st. Jaemeel Robinson set to be the next guest.
Hold up.
And have I missed any shows? I think that's all of our affiliates. KBBL was its future is unknown at this time. So
go back and listen to the enjoy it while it was still running.
It's still going. I was on a few of them, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So it's not going anywhere. Okay, so I think that's it for tonight.
That's
you
it.
know, thanks for being with us, and we hope you will keep with us as we close out this. This
Wasn't the world
season.
mine put up?
Okay, and I guess well,
He's on
remember
Twitch.
everybody is always watching, or somebody is always watching. We'll see you next time, guys. That's not it. Is it this one?
And remember, someone is always watching.
Oh, that's it.